The unexamined life is not worth living. Plato. The modern man stumbles unaware. His essence erodes not by his own hand, but through the subtle, instinctive pull of women. Emotional manipulation weaves through their words, their silences, their glances. Sexual desire clouds his vision, a fog he mistakes for clarity. Strategic silence from her lips carves doubt into his core. Performative love gestures, tears, promises binds him to a script he never wrote. Plato saw this. His philosophy unveils the shadows cast by these instincts, not malicious, but natural, yet devastating. Men lose their internal axis, their center, not because they choose to, but because they are led there step by unconscious step. This script does not offer healing. No harmony awaits. No romantic balance will save you. Instead, it demands you see the mechanism Plato's exposure of the cave's illusions and pull your axis back immovable to the center of your being. Modern man walks bound, chains invisible, forged not by iron, but by whispers, glances, tears. Women wield emotional manipulation, instinctive, not cruel. A smile shifts his resolve. A sigh plants doubt. A touch rewires his purpose. He does not see the chains. He feels only their weight. Plato knew this. His allegory of the cave unveils the trap men shackled stare at shadows on a wall, mistaking them for truth. Women cast these shadows. Their emotions, fluid and deliberate, shape the flicker of light. Man believes he chooses his path. False. The path is chosen for him step by step through her unspoken commands. Her anger flares. He scrambles to soothe. Her sadness pools. He dives to save. Her joy sparkles. He chases its glow. Each reaction pulls him further from his center. Plato warns, we are prisoners of our own perceptions. The cave is not a place, it is the man's mind. Women without malice hold the torch. Their instincts guide the dance of shadows. A raised eyebrow, a turned shoulder, a half-spoken word. These are the tools. They carve grooves in his soul. Paths he treads without question. He thinks he loves. He thinks he protects. He thinks he decides. Lies. He is led. Plato's cave reveals the mechanism. Shadows are not reality. They are projections. Women's emotions, grief, delight, rage, are not the truth of her being. They are performances instinctive designed to bind. Man enthralled forgets himself. His axis, the core of his will, tilts. He becomes a servant to her storm. The unexamined life, Plato writes, is not worth living. Yet examination is forbidden. To question her tears is to question love itself. To doubt her silence is to doubt his worth. The chains tighten. He does not resist. He cannot. He does not know they exist. Her manipulation is not a plot. No conspiracy drives it. Nature does. Women, Plato might argue, are the cave's architects by design. Their emotions flow like water, shaping stone over time. Man rigid seeks solidity. He trusts her waves to guide him. Mistake. The waves erode. His strength, his purpose, his clarity dissolved. He becomes a shadow himself, a reflection of her desires. Plato's prisoners do not escape by wishing. They must turn from the wall. Man must see the chains, not to break them that comes later. First to know they are there. The modern world amplifies this. Her voice soft echoes through screens, songs, stories. Society praises her emotions as truth. Man, taught to bow, complies. He apologizes for his strength. He softens his edges. He seeks her approval. Plato scorns this. Opinion is not knowledge, he declares. Her feelings, no matter how vivid, are not the real. They are shadows, fleeting, manipulative. Man must learn to distrust the flicker, to stand still, to question the light. Only then can he begin to see. This is not hatred, not blame. Women act as they are. Instinct governs. Plato's philosophy demands clarity, not resentment. The cave is not her fault. It is his for staying. Her emotions are the fire's glow. His ignorance is the chain. To see this is to begin the shift. The axis long tilted can be pulled back, not through love, not through harmony, through cold, unrelenting sight. The shadows move. He does not. Man burns. A flame he cannot name. Sexual desire courses through him, sparked by her glance, her curve, her whisper. Women wield this instinctively, not with malice, but with precision. A tilt of the head, a fleeting touch, a dress that clings. These ignite him. He chases the heat blind to its cost. Plato saw through this veil. His theory of forms exposes the lie. The body is not the true, only a shadow of the eternal. Her flesh, her scent, her smile, these are not her essence. They are traps. Man enthralled mistakes the fleeting for the real. Her beauty beckons. He follows. Her eyes promise meaning. He seeks. Her warmth offers purpose. He clings. Each step pulls him from his axis. Plato writes, "The visible is but a shadow of the intelligible. Her form, no matter how vivid, is not the truth. It is a lure crafted by instinct. Women know this not consciously, but in their bones. Their movements, their glances, their laughter, these are tools honed by nature. She does not plan to deceive. She simply is, and man hungry falls. Desire clouds his sight. He sees her as the goal, the prize, the end. Wrong. She is the path, and it leads nowhere. Plato's forms teach this: the body is a copy, imperfect, fading. Yet man worships the copy. He carves her image into his mind. He builds his days around her presence. Her absence torments him. He becomes a slave to the flame. We are led by appetite, Plato warns, and not by reason. Appetite blinds. It whispers lies. It tells him she is the answer. She is not. Her power lies in the unspoken. A glance held too long, a step too close, a breath too soft. These stoke the fire. Man, eager, interprets. He sees love where there is only instinct. He sees truth where there is only shadow. Plato's philosophy cuts through the real, is not her body, not her touch, not her promise. The real is beyond untouched by flesh. Yet man tethered to desire cannot look away. He builds castles in her eyes. He writes poems in her skin. He loses himself in her heat, and she without effort guides him deeper. The modern world fuels this. Images of her flood his vision, screens, streets, dreams. Her form is praised, her allure deified. Man is taught to crave, to pursue, to surrender. Society calls this strength. Plato calls it weakness. The lover of the body, he writes, is chained to illusion. Illusion binds. It distorts. Man thinks he chooses her. False. Her desire chooses him. Her instinct sets the trap. His hunger springs it. The axis, his center, wobbles. He does not notice. He is too busy burning. This is not her fault. Women are not schemers. They are nature's design. Their beauty, a signal, their allure, a force. Plato's forms demand clarity. The body is not the soul. Man must see this, not to hate her, but to free himself. Desire is not his master. It is a shadow cast by her form flickering on the cave's wall. To chase it is to drift. To resist is to stand. He must pull his gaze from her flesh, not to love better, not to heal, to reclaim his sight. The flame flickers. He does not move. Man falters. Her silence cuts deeper than words. No sound, no gesture, just absence. Women wield this instinctively, a blade honed by nature. Strategic silence destabilizes. It plants doubt. It fractures his certainty. A question unanswered. A glance withheld. A pause too long. These are not accidents. They are acts subtle, untraceable. Plato knew this. His concept of the unexamined life reveals the trap man left to question himself. In her silence loses his footing. The axis tilts. He scrambles. She waits. Her silence is not empty. It speaks. It accuses without words. He asks what's wrong. No reply. His mind races. He searches for faults. His words, his actions, his being. She offers nothing. The void consumes. Plato writes, "The unexamined life is not worth living," but her silence forces examination without answers. Man turns inward not to find truth, but to chase shadows. He doubts his strength. He questions his worth. He begs for her voice to guide him. Mistake. Her silence is the guide and it leads him astray. She does not plan this. Instinct drives. Women know without knowing the power of absence. A turned back, a closed door, a withheld smile. These are weapons sharper than screams. Man craving clarity finds only fog. He pleads, he explains, he justifies. Each word he speaks buries him deeper. Plato's philosophy exposes this. Opinion is not knowledge. Her silence offers no knowledge, only opinion, his own warped by fear. He thinks she judges. He thinks she withdraws love. He thinks he must fix it. Lies. She simply is, and her silence reshapes him. The modern world amplifies the wound. Her silence echoes in texts, left unanswered calls, ignored messages read, but not returned. Technology stretches. The pause makes it unbearable. Man trained to seek her approval crumbles. He types apologies. He sends gifts. He waits. Plato scorns this. The soul that depends on another, he warns, is enslaved. Enslaved man becomes a beggar for her words. Her silence, deliberate or not, holds the chain. He does not see it. He feels only the pull. This is not cruelty. Women do not scheme. Their silence is natural, a reflex of their being. Plato's cave returns her absence casts shadows, and man staring mistakes them for truth. He sees rejection where there is only instinct. He sees failure where there is only pause. The axis his center wobbles. He does not notice. He is too busy chasing her voice. The silence grows. He shrinks. Plato's wisdom demands clarity. Silence is not truth. It is a shadow, a flicker on the wall. Man must stop listening to the void. To stand is to resist. Not to fight her, but to ignore the absence. Her silence is not his mirror. It does not define him. Plato calls for examination, not of her, but of the self. Man must ask, why does her silence wound? Why does her pause unravel? The answers lie within, not in her. The axis long shaken can steady, not through her words, not through her return, through cold, unrelenting sight. The silence lingers. He does not move. Man drowns. Her love, a tide of gestures, pulls him under. Tears fall. Promises spill. arms open wide. Women craft this performance instinctive, not false by intent. Performative love binds him a script he cannot read. Her embrace warms, her words soothe, her devotion shines. Yet it is theater, a shadow play. Plato saw this. His critique of imitation unveils the lie. What seems real is mere mimicry, a copy of truth. Her love, vivid fleeting, is not the eternal. It is a mask, and man enraptured wears it too. Her tears glisten. He rushes to console. Her vows echo. He swears his own. Her touch lingers. He craves its return. Each act draws him deeper. Plato writes, imitation is far from the truth. Her love, no matter how tender, is not the real. It is a performance shaped by instinct. Women know this not in thought, but in their pulse. Their sighs, their smiles, their sacrifices, these are roles played to perfection. She does not lie. She simply acts, and man, eager, believes the stage is life. The performance shifts. Her joy becomes sorrow. Her warmth turns cold. Her promises fade. Man, caught in the script, chases the next scene. He pleads for her smile. He begs for her touch. He molds himself to her cues. Plato warns, the imitator knows nothing of reality. Her love is a shadow cast by her nature, not her soul. Man, blind, seeks the shadow's source. He thinks her heart is his home. Wrong. Her heart is a stage, and he is the audience, enthralled, lost. Her power lies in the act. A whispered, "I need you." A trembling hand. A gaze that pierces. These are not truths, they are lines delivered with precision. Man, hungry for meaning, interprets. He sees eternity in her eyes. He hears forever in her voice. He feels purpose in her arms. Lies. Plato's philosophy cuts through the real. Is not her performance, not her tears, not her vows. The real is beyond untouched by the stage. Yet man, tethered to her act, cannot look away. He becomes her echo, his axis bending to her script. The modern world exalts this. Her love is praised, her emotions crowned. Songs, film stories, they deify her performance. Man is taught to kneel, to cherish, to chase. Society calls this devotion. Plato calls it delusion. The lover of imitations, he writes, is deceived by appearances. Deceived man builds his life on her stage. Her joy becomes his triumph. Her pain becomes his guilt. Her absence becomes his void. The axis, his center, cracks. He does not notice. He is too busy applauding her act. This is not her fault. Women are not deceivers. They perform as nature bids their love, a dance of instinct. Plato's critique demands clarity. The mask is not the face. Man must see this, not to scorn her, but to free himself. Her love is not his anchor. It is a shadow flickering on the cave's wall. To chase it is to drift. To resist is to stand. He must tear off the mask, not to hate her, not to heal, to reclaim his sight. The curtain falls. He does not clap. Man collapses, his center gone. No longer himself, but a fragment scattered by her pull. Women, through manipulation, desire silence and performance, have unmoored him. Not with intent, but by instinct. Emotional tides, seductive flames, wordless voids, theatrical vows, these have eroded his core. Plato saw this ruin. His notion of the soul's disharmony reveals the cost. A man without his axis is no man. His will frays. His purpose fades. His strength bends. The cave's shadows have won. Her smile once guided. Now it confuses. Her touch once anchored. Now it drifts. Her silence, once challenged, now it hollows. Her love, once promised, now it mocks. Man caught in her web loses his bearings. Plato writes, when the soul is disordered, it cannot function. Disorder reigns. He seeks her approval, not his own. He chases her light, not the truth. He speaks her words, not his. The axis, the spine of his being, is not broken, it is lost. He wanders a shadow among shadows. This loss is subtle. No single moment marks it. Her tears chip away. Her glances carve. Her pauses erode. Her performances blind. Each act, instinctive, natural, builds the cage. Man does not see the bars. He feels only the weight. He works harder to please her. He softens to fit her mold. He sacrifices to win her gaze. Plato warns, the soul that pursues shadows is enslaved. Enslaved man becomes her echo. His thoughts mirror hers. His desires chase hers. His life orbits hers. The axis, once firm, dissolves. The modern world tightens the noose. Her image, her voice, her emotions, they dominate. Screens preach her sanctity. Stories crown her will. Laws shield her whims. Man taught to bow complies. He doubts his strength. He hides his edges. He begs for her nod. Plato scorns this. The man who loves opinion, he writes, is lost to wisdom. Opinion rules. Her feelings, her needs, her presence, they shape the world. Man, adrift, clings to them. He thinks they are truth. They are not. They are shadows cast by her instinct, flickering on the wall. The cost is clear. Without his axis, man is weak, not in body, but in soul. He hesitates where he should act. He questions where he should know. He yields where he should stand. Plato's disharmony manifests the soul, uncentered, cannot govern. Man becomes reactive, not directive. He lives for her smile, not his purpose. He fears her silence, not his own. He seeks her love, not his truth. The cave is his home now. The shadows are his gods. This is not her doing. Women act as they are. Instinct, not malice, drives them. Plato's philosophy demands sight the soul's disorder is man's failure, not her crime. He must see the loss. Not to blame her, not to heal, to know. The axis is not gone forever. It lies buried beneath her shadows, waiting. Man must dig, not with love, not with hope, with cold, unrelenting will. The shadows dance. He does not follow. Man awakens, no longer swayed. Her shadows, emotions, desires, silences, performances lose their grip. Women weave their webs, instinctive, unrelenting. Tears fall, glances pierce, pauses wound, vows bind. Yet he stands unmoved. Plato calls him forth the philosopher, king, ruler of his own soul. No chains hold him, no flames blind him, no voids shake him, no masks deceive him. The axis once lost is reclaimed, cold, centered, defiant. Her manipulation falters. A sigh no longer shifts him. A touch no longer sways. Her silence, once a blade, dulls against his will. Her love, once a tide, breaks on his resolve. Plato writes, the philosopher seeks the truth, not the shadow. Truth is his guide now. Not her eyes, not her words, not her warmth. He sees the cave for what it is, a prison of illusions. Her instincts, natural powerful, are no longer his law. He is his own. This is not hatred, not rejection. Women are as they are, their power rooted in nature's design. Plato's vision demands clarity. The fault lies in man's surrender, not her act. He does not fight her. He transcends her. Her gaze once his mirror reflects nothing. Her retreat once his fear stirs nothing. Her performance once his script plays to an empty stage. The soul that knows itself, Plato declares, is free. Freedom is his. Not through love, not through harmony, through sight unrelenting piercing. The modern world resists this. Her image floods the earth screen's songs, stories. Her emotions are crowned, her desires deified. Man is taught to kneel, to chase, to crave. Society calls this life. Plato calls it death. The unexamined life, he warns, is not worth living. Man examines now, not her but himself. Why did her tears bind him? Why did her silence break him? Why did her touch rule him? The answers lie within, not in her. He pulls the axis back stone by stone, truth by truth. He is not healed. He is not whole. He is immovable. Love is no longer necessary. Her approval is no longer sought. Her presence is no longer his purpose. Plato's philosopher king rules the self, not the cave. The shadows still dance her laughter, her sorrow, her allure. They always will. But he does not follow. He does not bend. He does not burn. The axis his center holds, defiant, eternal. Women can no longer manipulate. Their gaze, their touch, their retreat, they are powerless. He is no longer programmed by their instincts. The script is torn. The stage is dark. Plato's truth remains the real, is beyond the shadow, beyond the flesh, beyond the heart. Man, the immovable, embodies this. He is not her savior. He is not her servant. He is himself the center, the king. The cave crumbles. He does not look back. This is where the lesson ends for those who only seek part of the truth. If you still want to know why everything you believe was programmed beforehand, then the next video is not for the weak.